Deep inside a jet engine, metal rotates at thousands of revolutions per minute. If a manufacturer makes an error measured in a single micron, the physical forces will tear the engine apart in midair. Because the risk of failure is lethal, this animated diagram maps out how regulators strictly categorize every piece of the engine. Parts are graded on a vertical ladder, starting at the bottom with basic N4 structural brackets and climbing up to the highly complex N1 tier. Those N1 parts are the rotating, flight-critical components that keep a plane in the sky. You cannot buy your way onto this top rung. You have to survive years of punishing audits to prove your machining is flawless. Right now, an unlisted Indian supplier has fought its way up to the N2 tier. They are producing highly complex internal engine components, and they are preparing a final push for the top. But the capital backing their assault is coming from a company famous for selling wedding sherwanis. A business built on worsted wool is currently financing a push into the tightest, most heavily guarded supply chain on Earth. To understand how they got here, look at this photograph from 1982. This is the original shop floor in Bangalore. Before they could machine aerospace titanium, this small team of 10 people spent their days cutting basic automotive parts on manual lathes. The founder, Dr. S.K. Maini, ran this floor on a strict philosophy of zero defects and zero compromises. By enforcing exact tolerances on basic auto components, his small workshop secured export contracts with industrial giants like General Motors and Bosch. In 1989, his son, Gautam Maini, stepped into the business. He spent a decade internalizing his father's obsessive culture of precision. Then in 2004, he took that engineering DNA and forcefully pivoted the entire operation away from the automotive sector and directly into aerospace. Mastering the unforgiving realities of blue-collar auto manufacturing was an absolute prerequisite. If they hadn't enforced perfect consistency on the ground floor, they'd never have survived the audits required to build for the sky. This timeline charts their aerospace pivot. It took 10 years of flawless audits to advance from N4 brackets to complex N2 parts. Why endure this friction? Because qualifying for N2 locks titans like GE Aerospace and Safran into guaranteed 20-year supply contracts. That foundation created a staggering compounding effect. Today, the company has scaled its catalog to over 1,250 qualified aerospace parts. They are actively engineering and certifying one new, flight-critical component every single working day. All of those long-term contracts and daily certifications stack up. The company is currently sitting on a rapidly refilling order backlog worth 2,350 crores. Every agonizingly slow regulatory approval permanently accelerates their output. They have built a hyper-efficient flywheel that converts raw steel into guaranteed, decades-long revenue streams. This brings us to the capital. Look at this historic factory floor. For a century, the Raymond brand has been deeply entrenched in the Indian psyche as the ultimate purveyor of worsted wool and high-end textiles. The contrast between weaving fabric and machining aerospace metal is absolute. But the chairman, Gautam Singhania, recognized the value of that engineering flywheel. To protect and scale it, he executed a massive corporate unbundling, systematically spinning off Raymond's legacy lifestyle and real estate divisions. This typographic breakdown shows the result. Last year, Raymond made headlines by reporting a massive 5,361 crore profit. But almost all of that was a non-cash accounting illusion generated by the demerger. If you look past the accounting tricks, the true financials of the retained engineering division emerge. The aerospace unit is surging, with 26% growth and 22% profit margins. They carry zero debt and hold over 1,000 crores in cash reserves. Raymond didn't blindly purchase a factory. Singhania recognized a highly profitable manufacturing engine and strategically injected the capital required to fund the Maini family's final ascent. They are currently deploying those cash reserves into a massive, self-funded 930 crore expansion in Andhra Pradesh. This new facility is specifically designed to process high-grade titanium and fully absorb their rapidly growing multi-crore order backlog. The strategy carries intense risks. Aerospace contracts are heavily concentrated among a few global aviation giants. Furthermore, because Raymond holds a controlling stake, a significant portion of the profits drains out to minority owners rather than staying entirely within the Maini family. This technical cutaway of a jet turbine reveals their ultimate target, the N1 tier. These intricate, high-stress internal mechanics spin at the very center. Conquering this final rung elevates them from a simple supplier into an indispensable pillar of the global aviation network. By combining generational precision with fresh, debt-free capital, they have built an operation capable of machining the hardest metals on Earth. The label on the door may still say Raymond, but the company inside is an apex predator of modern manufacturing.